Marshall. Marshall.
Are we allowed to film it?
Marshall's got his permission.
Right, no, wait till the end. You don't feel
I'm starting filming in 3, 2, 1.
So would you, as a person of rational mind, support a group or a social movement that's based on misrepresentation, sexism and lies, mixed in with like double standards and fear-mongering while like pretending to be equality?
What?
Would you?
I don't know.
No. Thanks, Jack. Okay.
Just go over to the...
Yeah, can you do it please, thanks. That'll leave us going. Right. If not, which presumably hopefully not, why do you think that people agree with these people? So you got Hillary Clinton, who's a very powerful woman, who's leading for president of the United States, and she's saying that women have always been the primary victims of war because they lose their husbands, their fathers and sons in combat. And then he says, male privilege, is saying that that men and boys commit mass shootings because toxic masculinity. And then the tampon is a male invention designed to oppress women into raping themselves and spending their hard-earned money. #free bleeding. Then end Father's Day because celebrating patriarchy and male dominance is rape culture. So it's very idiotic.
Hang on, how can putting a tampon in be the same as raping yourself? Who wrote that?
Rape yourself.
That's outrageous.
Exactly. Next.
Tampons liberate women.
You should even be. They should get them for free.
You should get them for free, yeah, but without them, years ago,
like £2,000.
in fact not that long ago,
She's
like
right, isn't it?
the 1950s, 60s, I don't think they had tampons then. And women
no,
used
they
to
did.
wear what they call sanitary belts. Have you seen them? They're red as the sanitary belts. And it's like a belt that you put round you with a big nappy on it. And you had to walk round wearing that. So in fact, you what?
It's made like new nappies.
Yeah.
But
you had to put a belt on, it was horrendous. Tampons have revolutionised women.
They made them for World War I to like block up bullet holes, and I think that they've like digressed down. It's like holes in it.
But it is associated with toxic shock syndrome, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Has anyone ever died of that?
Yeah, probably.
Why?
People die of everything.
Because yes, when you have a baby, after you have a baby, nobody tells you this, but there's an awful lot of blood loss. Right, for about 6 weeks after the birth.
4 pints of blood.
Yeah. I had to ring an NHS direct. I thought I was dying. Because, nobody tells you this. If you have a baby, then you go over your lad. But what they don't tell you is like the 6 weeks of really, really heavy bleeding. Terrible bleeding. And I went on an NHS direct, and this Mancunian nurse went,
They'll send me this.
dead normal, that love, dead normal. Just
Bro,
3 nappies on.
this is some, like, is it going to be the Armageddon
but the
of
thing is,
presentations?
I don't actually know if it's good for you.
Sorry, it's really bad filming.
Are they good for you? Because when you've had a baby, you're not allowed to use them.
It's
No,
probably
you're not allowed
negligible
to
if
use them.
they saw such a high
No,
level.
after the birth, for 6 weeks of blood.
Marshall.
They say you can only
Marshall.
use tampons, you can't use tampons because you could get an infection. If you get infection in your womb.
Well, you're not allowed to use like cotton buds for babies' ears, are you?
Yeah.
So I think it's just like newborn, like.
Yeah,
Well,
but I think saying that they're raping women is going a bit far.
They're a bit
there is a risk to women using them, isn't there?
Yeah, well.
What happened to you going sick?
Yeah.
It's not good for me. Right. So next slide, please. Right, this is a woman called Anita Sarkeesian. She blames anything on almost anything on men. Like, as you've seen, like with the school shootings, she said that they're literally all men and boys. It says that because you can kill women in video games, it's misogynistic. Because in a game called Hitman, you're tasked to like go in and kill like the mob boss of like a strip club, and you can use I think they're in the changing rooms, their bodies as distraction to the cops. And she said that this is like promoting violence against women, but she didn't take into consideration that you can do that with any like NPC in the game. She made a crowdfunded series like on Kickstarter, which she got over $400,000, so nearly $500,000. And up to date, she's released 3 episodes out of 12 after 2 years ago when she'd said that she'd do 12 in 12 months. So, she's a giant scam artist. and she's saying that she's targeted for being a woman, and that it's just all like hate for women, and it's that, but not for the like just the stupid stuff she comes out with. And somebody said, don't pull the gender card. You're not being harassed because you're a woman. It's because you're an ignorant person.
Did you agree with that?
Yeah.
Said see you next Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'm talking about it's like a new breed of feminism. It's called third wave, and it's like they say that like women are always the victim of everything, like of even like sexual abusers, women paedophiles, that they're the victim of it. And I've got an example later on. It's like the first wave, you call it that. It was like the suffragettes, the people who actually had a cause. And then the second wave, which was more about, like I think we learned about in RE, where you'd get, when they like petitioned to get paid the same, and all that went through and it was fine. But then this is just basically, there's nothing left to do. So they sit and complain and then blame stuff on the patriarchy, which they still believe it exists. And
can I just ask, there aren't that many female paedophiles, the vast majority are male, but any that have been high profile in the news, it's usually that they've abused children because their partner has asked them to, their male partner has asked them to.
Yeah.
So for example, there was a woman who worked in a nursery and she met this guy online and he said, what do you do? She said, oh, I work in a nursery. And then as she started falling for him, he then had, said he had these paedophile tendencies and asked her to abuse the children and film it and send it to him. Now, any woman in the right mind wouldn't have done it. But, she always said in court that if she hadn't met him, if he hadn't asked her to do it, if he hadn't threatened to end the relationship, if she didn't do it, then she would never have even thought about doing it.
Yeah.
So do you think there is something in that? Do you think women on their own without male influence would never ever do a crime like paedophilia?
no, I mean, like, sick individuals will be sick individuals without gender, race or anything, but the woman like that, she's obviously too weak, as in, like, to be told to, like, go molest that child. Like, flip the genders around, and you think that man's already just sick in the head. Like, if you even had any, like, availability to go do that because one person told you, you're obviously, like, sick in the head. You're not correct as a human being, like, in society, is, like outwardly said.
If you look at the Moors murderers, you had Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. Ian Brady was a psychopath. He's been diagnosed as a psychopath. And Myra Hindley was his girlfriend. No psychopathic tendencies in her, so she served her sentence in a regular jail. He was at Broadmoor Mental Hospital. And she always said that she was obsessed with him, and into the relationship, he started saying, I want to go and kidnap some children, and I want us to take these children being terrorised and so on. And so she took part. She didn't take part in the killing, but she helped kidnap the children, because they're more likely to go with a woman than a man. And she did tape the torturing of the children, and she was sent down for life, wasn't she? But again, when she was in prison, she always claimed that it was because of him.
Has she come out of prison?
No, she died in prison.
Oh.
He's still alive. He's on hunger strike, but he's still alive. She died in prison. But she had many, many people who were her supporters who believed that she should have got out after 20 years or whatever, because she was led by him. So, what do the rest of you think to that? Do you think you would never be influenced by a man like that?
Not to do something like that. I actually record him doing that. No, I know it's not sick.
Yeah, I know. You could argue that women use this as an excuse.
Yeah, I'd say like it was a scapegoat to say like, oh, he made me do it. It's like, it's just like, they say that and then they gain sympathy of the supporters to think that like it could be possible in some cases, like if somebody was afraid of their partner, but she seemed willing for it to especially tape it and not go to the police and not say that this person who I love, you could block him away, or it could be rehabilitated to like some extent or anything. She just went along with it. Yeah.
Well, I remember being out one night having a drink with a friend of mine, and she said to me like, "Oh, what would you do if you found out your husband did something like, like it was a paedophile?" I said, "If I found that out," I said, "first I'd want to kill him, but I wouldn't, so I'd just leave him." I said, "That night, as soon as I found out, I'd just pack my bags and go. I wouldn't want to see him again." And she said that to me, she went, "Well, you obviously don't love him then."
What the hell?
Yeah, that's what she said. You obviously don't love him then. I said, what? I said, first of all, I do not think I've married a paedophile. I do think I'm a good judge of character. But secondly, if I ever found out he was, I'd be out that door faster than any decent woman would. I don't want him around my kids. And she just turned around and said, you don't love me there. Because she said, like, if it was my husband, I'd stay with him. Yeah, and
But I'm not even going to finish this PowerPoint. It's like,
she's an intelligent girl.
where's today?
Bright woman. But that is quite worrying, yeah. But are women victims or not? I don't know. Go on, keep going.
Yeah. Alright, I'd say that they're cry bullies, so they're gonna. If you say something that they don't like, and this, I'll try to explain it, but there's this another thing called social justice warriors, where they're taking PC culture to like the extent of like wearing, say, like a Japanese kimono, say like it was fancy dress party. That's cultural appropriation, that you're actually disrespecting them in every way and you're being racist. It's somewhat to like the same ilk as that of they're gonna kick up a fuss and say that you're being like racist and sexist until you comply. Like, and it's like cry bullies. They'll complain to everybody and kick up a fuss just to make you feel bad and then make you tag along with them. They don't accept other opinions, no matter how valid or invalid they are. They claim that women are victims of like patriarchy and state, but there's no way in any right that women are disadvantaged. It's equal, apart from the side of the men's. But that sounds like the opposite of this, but that's not what I'm trying to portray. And they've got double standards of, well, if a man rapes a woman, then he's a sick individual. But if a woman rapes a man, she's not sick. She's like somebody made her do it. It's like creating excuses for it, basically. Right. The main one, like even in today's society, like for the same crime, a woman would go to jail a lot less and a much more lenient sentence than a man, even for the exact same crime. Like there was one where I saw a video of there was a police officer that locked up a woman for being drunk and disorderly. She managed to break out because I don't think they locked her properly, and then she went up behind the police officer and tried to slit in his throat. He managed to like get her to the ground and then subdue her, even though he was like bleeding. She wasn't very good at it, but she still didn't get punished as attempted murder or assault. It was like, oh, she was drunk, she was deranged, but she still tried to kill a police officer, which is even worse in America because they have very like hefty. Like if you kill a regular person in America, it's around like 25 years, or like it depends. Like in most cases, but if you kill a police officer, it's life, like instantly, or like you get killed. Depends what state it is. But they didn't care. They just thought, oh, she's a woman. So you couldn't possibly have done this, even though there's video evidence of her walking up behind the police officer, trying to slit his throat with a knife, and yet she got let off with a much more lenient sentence.
Can I ask you about the double standard when it comes to teacher-pupil relationships? A lot of them have hit the media. When it's a male teacher with a female pupil, it really hits the papers. Yeah. And there was that one, wasn't there, where they got a boat and went abroad. Did you see that one? And you know, and he was called all these names. When it's a female teacher and a male pupil, it doesn't hit the papers in the same way. And yet you do see examples of it. And again, they don't seem to come down as heavily with female teachers. Do you think that's fair?
I don't think it's fair because they're still doing the same action. Like, if you went out and killed somebody, I know it's worse, but it's still kind of, like, you still killed somebody else. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, if you're psychotic, then there's obviously different things. But if a man and a woman went out and killed somebody, same person, like, just imagine. Right, and then there'd be a double standard there. But it doesn't matter because even if, like, the double standard of, say, like, a woman having sex with a boy in school, like, you could class it as paedophilia, but it'd be probably willing, but then they wouldn't be taught, come down as, like, as hard and as, like, punished as much. So,
I mean, that's the thing, you would be put on the sex offenders register. You're still a sex offender, even if the child is 16. You know, because you're not an apprentice, you're in the role of the parent while they're in the school. But it just seems to me that the media in this country are very, they say throw the book at any male teachers, but with female teachers, they seem to have more sympathy, and it doesn't seem fair, does it? What do the rest of you think?
Did you get done for being an inbred?
It's not against the law, but you're not supposed to
Oh,
actually do it. Oh, incest.
How long's the video going?
Yeah,
15
well,
minutes.
that's illegal.
You can
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You put it on Facebook.
I'm not.
You're still watching this.
Matty just wanted me to record it for him, but it's 15 minutes long.
You can't have two.
If he's sad enough to watch through the whole 15 minutes, then God help him.
The baby they create will be.
You should cut it out. That's my job.
Cut into like 5-minute clips. Part 1, part 2, part 3.
Upload it onto Netflix. That one, Marshall's.
Should be on TED. TED Talks.
I'm getting worried.
Have Ted hired you for TED Talks? Ted hired, like, it should be on TED.
This is going on YouTube. You put it on Facebook as well. Yeah.
Really nice one, bro.
You zoomed in on my face.
It's already zoomed in.
That has happened. But when they found out that they got stopped because they had a child, it will be right, okay.
How are you doing?
I've did 16 slides.
Oh, go on.
Oh, Jesus
I'll
Christ.
do like quick fire right. So, alright, so
What a time to do, man.
hopefully you've all read this.
But what time to do mine next week?
Right, so they say that there's a gender pay gap, which
There
is
is a difference.
there is.
There is.
There is not. It's a complete like fabrication. They've taken wrong numbers
Go sick.
and they've taken wrong numbers and they've basically what they've done here. They've taken all the jobs that men and women like work, and then they've taken it and then divided how many people there is, and then thought, oh, there's a 77% pay gap. Ooh. But there's not. What they should have looked at is what jobs men work, what jobs women work, how they work them, how long they work them. If they work the same jobs, who puts in more overtime, who gets paid more for that overtime? And they found out when they've taken in all the consideration of all the factors, there is none apart from in the lowest paid jobs. There's around about 0.4%, but that is through statewide and countrywide. And at the top, it's identical. It's exactly the same. You won't be paid less, you won't be paid more. And if women get paid 77 cents to men's dollar, why doesn't everybody just hire women? Because it'd be cheaper.
But don't you think it's because they're like the managing directors of many of the big companies in this country they're managed by men, aren't they? That's why.
Well,
Why do you think so many men are at the top of federations? Why isn't it women?
Like
well,
Richard
there's not.
I've only gotten through one
There's
one person
nowadays the government are trying to begin
in
a
about
push
50 minutes,
of trying to get women to
30
the top.
minutes.
But I don't think they should push anybody. I think they should just let people work as how there is. And I don't know whether females have the same drive to get to the top and are as competitive as males. Right? No. Right? I don't know whether. Right? But if
Might as well just stop talking because you may get given a lot of offence.
I know, but even still.
offensive is
No,
never.
no, I still-
18 minutes in, it's starting to kick off.
I do see a point. I've told girls that don't have any ambition.
Armageddon and chill.
Exactly, but the people who do have ambition will end up at the top if it falls right in their favour.
Yeah.
If they won't look and see, oh, you're a female, obviously not going to do it. They're going to see, if you're good at this job, they're going to take you to the top, because for companies, it's making money. They don't care who you are, or like, they care what you've done, but they don't care who you are, what race you are, or anything. If anything, there should be more women. Be seen as the government have placed enforced quotas that you must have at least 40% women. So even if there's, say that you were on 50, you need more women in your company, but there's a much more better male aspect for the job. But you have to take the woman on. They're stopping governments like carry on.
Right, move on.
Alright. So Vladimir Putin there, and they were actually having an equality meeting at the university, just speaking about things, and then a bunch of third wave feminists, they went out and then they actually ended up pulling the fire alarm to stop the conversation, and it worked because they thought, oh, there's a fire, we might as well get out. Stood outside like all day with the signs and the speakerphones. Femen, it's like an organisation who disrupts everything. That sorry, I'm just looking at Vladimir Putin. But yeah, but that's not. They don't interrupt people about anything, even if it is even if they are being sexist or not or whatever, he's at a racing place, yet they're interrupting him. And they will damage property, and they have done, and they'll
20 minutes.
Stop other people speaking for them to get their voice heard, even though they could do it in a rational way.
Marshall,
right.
hurry up. 20 minutes.
Shut up. Right. They're favoured 2-1 in STEM.
20 minutes.
Probably because of the the more push for women, even though it has been shown that most women don't actually want jobs in science, technology, and maths. They want jobs in other things as well. Like everybody wants jobs in different things, but it's not like they're really enforced to like.
Can I just get to that third bullet point? The female privilege of being able to get drunk and have sex without being considered a rapist.
Yeah. I know in America specifically as well, because it is really it's basically just the world. They're trying to push for consent forms to prove that this adverts which round says that there's Jerry and Tina or whatever. Tina's drunk and then they have sex, but she could still claim that she's been raped and get away with it because he couldn't prove anything, but they still believe her because it should be innocent until proven guilty, but it's guilty until proven otherwise.
So what, they send you consent forms by the bed and you get them to sign?
Yeah, or they're like, oh, can I unbutton your shirt? Oh, can I take your bra off? Every single way, which is probably stupid.
Can I take off your socks?
Your frilly socks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what these people are pushing for. And then if a man has sex with a woman while she's drunk, I'm not talking about properly just wasted. I'm talking about Friday night out drunk, having a fun time.
Yeah, it is a great area.
Most sexual encounters happen when people are drunk because it's like a social lubricant. It helps people bond and stuff like that. But
if you're not together,
right, next
you
slide,
should
please.
have them consent form things.
Right.
Yeah, you should. That'd just be funny.
They say that. Oh, I forgot the H as well. They say
It's Jaden Smith.
Disadvantaged by the state and everything, but there are numerous rights. Some of them are actual rights, some of them are social rights. But the first, probably the biggest one is the right to genital integrity. That.
What does that actually mean?
Well, when you think of a Jewish boy is generally circumcised at birth, whether it's legal or not, by I forgot what they call it, the pastor or whatever. But however,
are you talking about
genital
mutilation?
Yeah, they call it female genital mutilation. It's not allowed.
It's not illegal in this country.
Yeah, even if it is for your religion,
Why? What do they have done?
I'm going to turn mine off when I get out of school. It's going to be boiling.
It's often done by your own mother.
Yeah. It is generally done in backwards countries. I'm not going to say that because they're not.
No, but we've had training on it as teachers, and we have to look out for signs of pupils in this.
Why did it stop recording?
Because
why did it stop recording?
Sometimes do it to their daughters.
Seriously?
To stop them having pleasure from the sexual experience, so they take away anything that could help.
And I think that's the same thing towards
64 gigabytes, so this would go on forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop anything from birth. It's just stupid, and it's kind of barbaric. You're doing something to a baby without consent. It's not a medical procedure, and it's just generally sickening. Women do have more domestic violence shelters, even though it's almost a 50-50 split. That men will get as abused as much as women. Yeah, nobody seems
not
to
yet, not yet. One more minute and then it is. One more minute, that's 25 minutes. What?
Saying,
no one.
It's okay, you should come forward, you should tell us about it.
I'm probably going to delete it as soon as I finish recording.
Women are coming forward, and that's why there's more domestic violence.
Sure.
Apart from possibly if there's more domestic, I looked at it, research that the nearest one, for males only, because they do females only, the nearest males only is an hour and a half away, whereas the nearest females only is about 10 minutes away. Now it is location wise, but it should still be enough for people to come out with. And if you do go to an actual gender neutral place, they'll say that you have to become homeless before they can actually do anything for men.
Look, when a woman is fleeing a violent
Why are you
man,
recording?
she's physically intimidated by him. Men are stronger than women. Whereas if a man is fleeing his wife, he's not physically intimidated.
In some
by her.
cases.
Yeah, miss, you take, right, but imagine this, right?
Do you know?
My dad with his old wife, it wasn't exactly like violence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he like free nights and stuff like that.
Me gusta.
What, he had the physical guys?
Yeah, but miss,
That jawline goals. Jawline goals.
Say that I had a girlfriend and she was abusing me.
You had a girlfriend?
Say, I was imagining. So, say that I was getting attacked and I thought, right,
Oh, savage.
She goes running to police, I get locked up for domestic abuse. Because they can't prove, they can just say, oh, she did that after you've hit her, right? And it doesn't matter if somebody's like physically, like, protected. Society functions like, you're not allowed to hit girls, you're not allowed to do this. So that if a girl does come and attack you, you're supposed to have a lot of restraint. Whereas if she was going to, like, if there's been cases where they're trying to actually kill you, people will not attack them.
Okay, alright, do you want to just finish the topic?
Right. It's just Tumblr, it's the worst place. Next. This is somebody who raped an 8-year-old boy over 50 times, yet she got 12 months. That's it, 12 months.
How old was she?
I don't know, probably not old enough to know. Old enough to be a yeah, multiple times, yet she would have got more than paying a TV licence or smashing a car, and then you've got people defending
It's Nathan
and saying
Leach's
that
mum.
she's the victim, and that, next slide please.
Hang on, did he consent to the sex?
No, he's 8.
He's 8 years old.
It's like one of them guys on
No,
COD.
it's very difficult.
False penetration.
Oh.
Right.
Several times, and he didn't tell anyone.
No, because he's 8.
Same with a girl though, isn't it? If
Yeah.
there was a girl that was that age, she probably won't tell anyone.
Right, she's saying that she's not a paedophile, she made an honest mistake, that she's a victim herself. I've had to censor a bit of it. But she was saying, how
What does it say?
how did they know that she wasn't the, why is she the aggressor and not
You're
the
so
victim?
full of
And
pig.
that 8-year-old boys are more sexually
Whoa.
active at younger ages, according to science.
So she got 12 months
Yeah.
for that.
When you could get longer than that for not paying a TV licence.
He's one of
And
them
is she
guys
on
on
sex
COD.
offenders register for life?
Probably.
He's one of them guys on COD.
Right, next please.
Oh,
Right, this-
God, more.
It's seen as like the like promotional poster of like women's empowerment. Yet, the person who it was based on,
Seriously, it's almost half
she
an hour
left
long.
after 3 weeks because she feared a hand injury because she was an amateur cellist, so she valued
Where's
playing
my water?
the cello more than supporting a country. Yet
My
people
water.
want to.
Is that British? Because when I went on holiday to
Wow.
Moscow, I saw that everywhere in Moscow. I was wondering if it was a Russian poster.
Well, it started off in Britain and then it spread.
Right.
America.
Next slide.
I think she got like Rosie the Riveter. She was taken from like riveting like plane wings. I think it was like one about World War II, so it must have spread between like the Allied countries.
Oh my God.
Please. So, not so fun fact. They're considered guilty until proven innocent in like rape situations. They're more likely to die on the job. Leading cause of death for the UK males is suicide, not murder,
Not yet.
but killing themselves. Women are more likely to initiate most divorces and cheat. But that's not like.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's.
Are they? Are they really
Yeah.
more likely to cheat, women?
Yeah.
No, that's a lie.
That's Jaden Smith. Look,
it's
look.
actually proven.
More likely to cheat than men. All capital letters.
I can bring in sources if you want.
Bring in the sauce and I can't.
Bring in that ketchup, Marshall. Come on.
Right,
Totally bail.
depression, anxiety, and suicide
His
are
son.
all on the rise for males.
You got
Yeah,
4
it's
minutes
not
left until
very about it.
the end of the day.
And it's really, 50-50 split.
31 minutes later.
Right.
Yeah, we're finished.
Not your privilege.
No.
Right.
Right, now before the end of the lesson, it's been brilliant. I mean, you've basically taken the class today.
31
Let's
minutes
just
later.
ask, why did you choose this? Do you feel quite strongly that...
Yeah. Well, basically, I've got a lot of free time, and I've got a lot of free time, and it caught my eye, and I was like, so I just learned about it and follow a lot of things.
You have family members who are female, a mother, a sister, yeah? So why are you so almost anti-women?
Well, anti-women is very. If they say that
Wasn't born in
feminism
the
is
womb.
for everybody, yeah, if I'm disagreeing with feminism, does that make it me anti-women? Or does that just make feminism all about women? If you're calling me anti-women, or saying that I am anti-women, I'm not anti-women for supporting men's rights.
You're anti-women's rights?
No, because you've already got rights. You've got every single right a man has. You've got the identical rights. Yet, you see,
30 minutes in.
feminists seem to be kicking up a fuss saying, 30 minutes in. You're doing this and that, and it's just stupid.
Marshall for president, guys.
People said it's all about like women's rights and stuff, but it's only people that were born female, not like trans women and all that.
So that's where
they're not very good at being equal, are they?
They say that you're just a man pretending to be a woman, or but then when a woman wants to become a man, they actually do call it traitors. Yeah, like it's very.
I thought this was had one more's in the fold.
No, it's a very hostile place that if you do not agree 100% all the time, then you will get bullied out of it.
Yeah. You see, what I don't agree with is that there's a degree called Women's Studies, which is quite an interesting degree.
It's a bit useless though.
In Women's Studies, hello sir. Marshall's taking the class today.
What?
Marshall's taking the class today.
Me and Vince are going to go on a contest against David Cameron.
Yes.
Daniel Bedford. No, no.
Right. There's a degree, Alex, called Women's Studies, and I looked at it when I was choosing a degree, and it was women's literature and women's history, and it looked really interesting. And then I saw at the bottom of the page it said, you can only do this if you are a woman. And I didn't agree with that. I thought that's well out of order. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're not interested in women's literature or
1 minute
history.
left.
So I thought, I'm not sitting around with that lot all day. You know, because it's not right, it's unfair. I bet do you feel strongly about that?
Well, I think that it is honestly a waste of time. Like,
what, women's studies?
Yeah, because when you take a degree, you take something that will improve your job chances and enhance the society around you, like a science degree or English degree. But taking a women's studies degree, it doesn't lead you anywhere. It'll lead you to teaching a women's studies degree.
It leads you to women. You become an expert.
If there's a degree,
Marshall, you should take that. You might need that. You might need that. If you're such an expert in women, then Marshall.
Because women still see themselves as a minority.
Right, Stephen, you've got me.
You've got to. Oh no. Oh right.
You have to hold
Right, you've been brilliant today. Give a round of applause.
Oh, there we go, Marshall.
Right.